Hi everyone, this is Professor Satish Huli. Today we are seeing regarding fluid mechanics lab. In that we have taken up the experiment on flow through pipes. It is also known as major losses. So as we know that there are two types of losses. One is a major loss, one is a minor loss. The major loss are those one which accounts more. So when the flow is taking place in the pipe, the friction is taking place with the pipe material, pipe surface, and that of fluid itself. So that losses are accounts to a huge amount. So we call it as a major loss. When compared to minor loss, this losses accounts to a major part. So in this experiment what we are going to find is our experiment name is flow through pipes or major loss. So our aim is to find Darcy's coefficient, Church's coefficient, Manning's coefficient and Reynolds number over here. The observations are like we have got an tank area as 0.18 meter square. The diameter of the pipes are 25 mm, 20 mm and 15 mm. And this is an observation tabular column which we are required to be filled in the conduction of the experiment. The first one is you need to take number of trials 3 for each pipe itself, and the manometric head H is the difference of H1 and H2 with the left limb as well as the right limb itself. And here the third one observation, what you need to do is you need to take a time that is being taken to rise a 10 centimeter of water level in a collection tank. So this observation tabular column has to be taken while conducting the experiment itself. Now in the next part we need to do the calculation part. In that these are the few formulas. So first one, the area of the area of the pipe A equals to pi d square by 4. So that you need to be calculating. The actual discharge you need to be calculating. So actual discharge equal to what? Q actual equal to AC into 10 divided by 100 into T. So AC is nothing but the area of the tank itself. T, that the time we should record while conducting the experiment over there. Next, the velocity of water through the pipe is nothing but V equals to actual divided by A, that we need to calculate. And the manometric reading, so manometric reading equals to H difference of H and H2 divided by 1000, so that we need to do over here itself. Then the head loss due to friction, so that is HF equals to H S2 minus S1 divided by S1. So where S equal to 1, that's the specific gravity of water. So now in the second half of the calculation, what we need to do is we need to find the Darcy's coefficient, which is given by F equals to HF into 2GD by 4LV square. Then you need to find an hydraulic mean radius, that is R equal to D by 4. Now the next one is you need to find an hydraulic slope, that is S equal to HF by L. Then you need to find Church's coefficient, V equals to under root RS. Then you have to find a Manning's number. So Manning's number equals to N equals to 1 by V into R 2 raised to 3 into S raised to 1 by 2. Then you have to find a Reynolds number over here, that is RE equals to V by D into nu, where nu is nothing but it's in kinematic viscosity, that is given as 1 into 10 raised to 6 meter square per second itself. So why we need to do all those things is, for example, a Reynolds number you can take. So Reynolds number, as you can see that, if it is more than so when you consider a Reynolds number, what happens there is, if it is less than 500, it is a laminar. If it is in between 500 to 1000, it's a transitional, and if it is more than 1000, it's a turbulence. So imagine if there is a turbulence flow. So turbulence flow creates a more friction itself, laminar flow creates a less friction itself. So this is why, what is the reason why we need to understand over there itself. So so next video we will go for the calculation part. So stay in tune. This is Satish Huli from Civil Engineering Department. So today we will see the experiment regarding friction in pipes. So it comes under the major losses itself. So you know that when the water have a contact with pipe surface, there is a friction which is being created. That friction is too large and that has to be taken into account. So in friction losses in pipe, there are two types of losses. One is a major loss, one is a minor loss. So this is a major loss. So this, because it runs throughout the length of the pipe and accounts more, so we call it as a major loss. So we have got a GI pipe with 3 set, okay, 3 R of varying diameter in pipe, okay. So we, in this apparatus, we have got the GI pipe which has got 3 varying diameter. So the diameter of the pipes are 25, 20 and 15 in mm itself. We have got a differential manometer over here, and we have got a collection tank fitted with an piezometer, okay. So here also what we need to do here is we need to check the water which rises with 10 centimeter height and how much time it is taking to rise a 10 centimeter height. That time should be measured over here, okay. So before you start up the experiment, please check the walls, okay. So always the wall should be in open conditions. So here also the wall should be in open condition, okay, because if they are in closed condition due to high pressure in the pump, there is chances of breakage down or damage of this equipment itself. So here what I am going to do is I am going to take the reading with respect of the first set of pipe, so which has got in 25 mm diameter. So I need to close these 2 walls which are connected to the other pipe of 20 and 15 mm, okay. So I am going to start the machine over here. So I started the machine over here, okay. I need to check the wall which should be open with respect to that pipe which you are going to take the reading. So this one is open, okay, which is connected to the first pipe, and rest of all should be kept closed. And you can see here there are certain air bubbles which are present over here. So this air bubble has to be removed. So how we are going to remove over is by opening up these 2 walls, okay. You can see over there are no air bubbles. If there are any air bubbles, what you can do is you always use slightly some back pressure, and by giving some back pressure you can remove that air bubble. So what I am going to do is I am going to close the system. When I close these 2 walls, it becomes a closed loop and I can take the reading. I am going to start taking the reading itself. Okay. So what set of readings we should take? We should take a differential manometer reading, that is there in the 3rd column. We should take the time taken for 10 cm rise of water in this collection tank. So this is the collection tank. Over here the 10 cm it should be raised, okay. So what the objective of this? To find the Darcy's coefficient, you need to find the Cauchy's coefficient, you need to find a Manning's constant, you need to find a Ross number, okay. So you need to find all of these in this experiment. Now we are going to start taking the readings. Now what I have done is I have varied the flow over here. Now I am going to take a differential manometer reading. So here the differential manometer reading is in the left limb, it is around 2.6. That I am going to write it in differential manometer reading, that is 2.6. In the right limb it is reading around 9.3. So that I am going to read it. So the difference will be the H, okay, that has to be taken over here. Now what I am going to do is I am going to close the wall with the same discharge. You should not vary the discharge over here. Okay. Now I am going to use the stop clock. I am going to check what's the time taken to raise a 10 centimeter height. Sorry, my stop clock is not working properly. Now I am going to take the reading with collection tank. I am going to close the discharge wall. I am going to fix a predetermined point. Here I am fixing a 10 centimeter height. I am going to start it. So 10 plus 10 is 20. Okay, so you need to take how much the time taken for height of 10 centimeter itself. So 10, when you add to 10, that becomes a 20. So I am going to stop when the piezometer height reaches 20. So I am going to stop it. So it is around 17.53 that I am going to note it down. Okay. Now I'm going to take a second set of reading. For second set of reading, what I'm going to do is I'm going to vary the discharge volume. Okay. Again, I'm going to read the reading. So I'm going to see what's the differential manometer reading. Here it is around 3.2. That I'm going to note it down, 3.2. And with the right limb it is around 8.7. That I'm going to note it down. Now I'm going to take the piezometer reading over here with respect to rise of water of 10 cm height. So I'm going to close the discharge valve and I'm going to see the rise of water of 10 cm height. I'm going to fix a predetermined point over here. In this case I'm fixing it at 11. So I'm going to start my stop clock with respect to that one. Okay, I fixed at 11. I have started the stop clock. So from 11 to 10 cm height is around 21. So now I'm going to stop my stop clock when it reaches around 21. It has reached the 21. So I'm going to stop my stop clock. So I'm going to take that reading. That is around 14.56. So I'm going to open this. Okay. So don't forget to open that collection tank discharge valve. Again, for the third set of reading, what I'm going to do is I'm going to vary the reading, vary the discharge. I'm going to take the differential manometer reading. I'm going to take the piezometer reading itself. Okay. So this is for that first pipe, which has got a diameter of 25 mm. Now you need to take the reading for the second set of pipe also. Okay. So that has got a 20 mm diameter. So for that, what I need to do is, first I need to open the valve which is connected to that pipe. Always remember that. Then you're closing the valve which is connected to the first one. Okay. So first you need to close it. Okay. First you need to open it. Then you need to close it. Not putting all the things closing and then opening it. Okay. First I need to open that valve which I want to do the experiment. I need to close the first one. So now what I am going to do, as we have done for the first pipe also, I am going to vary the flow. I am going to take the differential manometer reading. I am going to take the piezometer reading. Again, for the second set of reading, what I am going to do is I am going to vary the discharge. I am going to take the differential manometer reading. I am going to take the piezometer reading itself. Now, if I want to take the reading for the third pipe, so what I am going to do is, first remember that I am going to open it, that pipe, then I am going to close that second one. You need to close the first and second, you need to only open the third pipe itself. Now again what I am going to do is, I am going to take the differential manometer reading, I am going to take the piezometer reading itself. Again, for the second set, what I am going to do is, I am going to vary the flow. I am going to see the differential manometer reading. I am going to see that piezometer reading. So in this way, what we are doing is, we are conducting the experiment on the pipe friction, or you can say the major loss itself. So thank you very much. Do stay to my next video that will show you how to calculate the calculations regarding this experiment itself. So thank you very much. As we have conducted the experiment in the laboratory itself, so now what we are going to do over here is, we are going to calculate regarding major losses. Okay, so as we have seen that there are 3 set of pipes of varying diameter. These are the GI pipes. So these are being connected with respect to a differential manometer over here, and we are getting collection tank which we have measured 10 cm rise of water, and we have taken for that calculation of Q actual itself. Okay, so now in the further part, you can see that in observation and tabular column, so we have a trials of GI pipe. Okay, so area of pipe you need to calculate. You need to calculate Q actual. You need to calculate the velocity. You need to calculate manometric reading. Okay, so you need to calculate head loss due to friction in the meter of water, that is been given as HF equals to H into S2 minus S1 by 1. Okay, where S1 is nothing but specific gravity of water, S2 is nothing but the specific gravity of mercury itself. Here again you need to calculate Darcy's coefficient by using this formula. Okay, you need to calculate a Church's coefficient, you need to calculate a Manning's constant, you need to calculate the Reynolds number. Okay, so that one you need to tabulate here with respect to your trials. It may be 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 trials itself. Okay, then you will plot a graph with respect to HF versus the velocity and with respect to an and Reynolds number or a Church's constant or a Manning's number. Okay, regarding that you are going to plot a graph itself. Okay, the next half you are going to see the calculation part. Here what I have done is I have taken a readings when we are conducting laboratory test. I got a differential manometer reading as in 14 over here. Okay, so I got that as in 14, and okay, and I got the collection tank reading as with respect to 10 centimeter rise. Okay, the time was 34.66, so that I have got it. Okay, so by using these two, okay, what I have done is I calculated the area of tank. So this was calculation regarding 25 mm diameter pipe itself. So I calculated the area, I calculated the Q actual using the time T, that was in 14 over that was 34.66. so I got Q actual over here. So by using a Q actual I calculated the velocity. So so velocity is nothing but Q actual by area itself. So by that I calculated the manometric reading. So the difference was 14 divided by 1000. I got 0.014 meters of mg. I calculated the head loss, that is been in terms of HF. So that is H equals to SM by S1 minus of 1. You can write S1 S2 by S1 minus S1 also. Okay, so here SM is nothing but specific gravity of mercury, that is 13.6. specific gravity of water, that is 1, that is S1. Okay, so 0.04 is nothing but this is that H value over here, that is the manometric reading. So by using that I found out the head loss due to friction. Then I went for an Darcy's calculation, okay, using this formula. So HF into 2GD divided by 4L V square. So I already found out the HF value, that I have put it here 2. So specific G is nothing but 9.81, diameter that is 0.025, and 4 into 3 is the length of the pipe. Okay, so we have already in the earlier stages you have find out the velocity, so that value I have put it here. Afterwards I need to calculate equivalent radius. Okay, so that I need to calculate, that is R is equal to D by 4. Okay, this is 4 itself, so I got that value over here. Then I found out the hydraulic slope, which is nothing but HF by L it is. So HF I already found that the value previously itself, divided by L is 3. I got the value over here. Then I find out the Church's constant by using this formula, C equals to V by under root RS. Okay, so I got the value of 174.24. okay, then I calculated the Manning's number by using this equation. I got the value of this much. Okay, then I calculated the Reynolds number. So Reynolds number is V by D by mu. So here mu is nothing but they already given in the manual itself, that is 1 into 10 raised to minus 6. Okay, so we have already calculated, D we know that, so using that I got the Reynolds number. So in this way I have calculated the Reynolds number also, all the calculations. The next part, this is a trial run which has been done previously. Okay, the differential manometric reading they have taken the time with respect to every trials. Okay, then again in the same way what they have done is for 15 mm diameter pipe they have calculated the area, the actual discharge, the velocity. Okay, they calculated the manometric reading over here, they have calculated head loss due to friction over here, they calculated Darcy's equation. Okay, They have calculated a Chudge's equations over here. They have calculated the Manning's equation. They calculated the Reynolds number. Okay. Again, for 20 mm diameter pipe, they have done the same thing. Okay, they got the area first. They calculated the Q actual over here. Okay, then they have calculated the velocity. Okay, they calculated the manometric reading. They calculated the head loss due to friction. Okay, they calculated the Darcy's coefficient. They calculated the equivalent radius, equivalent hydraulic mean radius. Okay, they calculated the hydraulic slope over here. They calculated the Chudge's number. They calculated the Manning's number using this formula. They calculated the Reynolds number using this formula. They got the value. Okay, same way for 25 mm diameter pipe also they have done it, all these things. At the end they have tabulated the results itself. Okay, in this results table over here. Okay, so in this way you need to calculate the major loss. Okay, so thank you very much. Stay tuned for my next video itself.